Do you know what this is? It looks like a ham and cheese sandwich, and it is French style. Today we're making a Croque Monsieur and a Croque Madame. Let's get this started. So what we're gonna need for our Croque couple sandwiches, aka the Croque Monsieur and the Croque Madame, basically it's a ham and cheese sandwich, right? Ham. I'm not gonna tell you how much to have. It's really up to you how much you want to put on it. I have cheese here. This is Gruyere cheese, shredded Gruyere cheese. You can use any cheese you want. I have bread. I'm using a brioche bread. Use any bread. I wouldn't say don't use a wheat bread. Probably stay away from those types of breads. But I'm using a brioche bread. And I have an egg now. And that's for the Croque Madame. And butter just to put on the bread while we brown it. Now the other part of this sandwich is we'll be making a bechamel. And what we need for that is 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of AP flour, or all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1.5 cups of milk. So the first thing we're going to do is assemble this part here, our bechamel. So let's do that. Our bechamel, the very first thing we're going to be doing is I have a small saucepan over medium heat, but we're going to be melting some butter. So with our butter nicely melted, we are going to be sprinkling in our 3 tablespoons of flour. Essentially what we're making is a roux. We mix it all up. So what we're going to do now is let this cook out for about a minute or so. Just get some of that flour, like that raw flour taste out. But keep on mixing it. So next thing we're going to add is our milk. Pour it in there slowly. Pour a little bit in. Coming together. It's a thick paste. Add a little bit more in. Make a mess. Switched over to a whisk. And now we're going to add the rest of our milk in. Alright, so this has been going for about 5 minutes. It's nice and thick now. See that? That's what we want. Tonight, thick cream sauce. Now what we're going to do now is add our last ingredient, which is our nutmeg. Sprinkle it over. And mix it in. Alright, turn off the heat. And here we go. This is all we need for our bechamel. So now let's go assemble this sandwich. Alright, so we're going to put together our sandwich. As you can see, I have a pan here, my cast iron pan, it's on medium heat right now. So we're going to slowly heat that up. And now we're going to take our bread and our butter. What we'll be doing is basically just buttering the outsides of our bread. Alright, so what we're going to do now is going to throw in our bread on each side. Just let it get going while I finish buttering up this bread. Get this nice and going. Now we're gonna add is, now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add a little bit of our bechamel to the bottom of this. just to act like a little sauce. Same thing on the other side. Remember, we're making 2 sandwiches here. Not a lot, just enough to moisten it up a little bit. I mean, now we're going to layer in some of our ham. Like I said, I didn't give you a number of how much ham you should use or any of that, because it is really up to you. Next thing, now we're going to add our cheese, our Gruyere cheese on top. There we go. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is add some more of our bechamel right on top. It's not going to be pretty. Just going to do that. Alright. So now, butter side up, we are going to put our lid on. Now let's flip it over. Oh. This thing is not evenly heated, huh? No, it's not. That's fine. Oh, wow, look at that. It's all dark. It's all dark on the sides. It's okay. Don't worry about it, people. We will be fine. Alright, so now what we're going to do is turn this off. We are going to transfer this to our baking sheets. Bam, right there. Let's get this out of the way real quick. So here's our sandwiches. It's uneven, right? And I get that now because this is the first time I use this equipment, and now I know I can probably just do one sandwich at a time. It'll probably be best. But it's uneven, and it's okay, because this is not a sandwich we're going to be picking up with our hands. This is more of a knife and fork job. But now, how I said it's uneven, it's okay, because this is the next part of our sandwich. We are covering it up with our bechamel. So now what we're going to do now is add cheese, our Gruyere cheese on top. What we're going to do is toss this under the broiler for about 5 minutes or so until this cheese is melted. So I'll show you what that looks like afterwards. Here are our sandwiches out of the oven. They were underneath the broiler at the medium rack for about 5-10 minutes until the cheese melted and nicely browned up. But now you're going to be saying, well, you were talking about a croque couple, if you will, and where is our croque madame and our croque monsieur? How do you know which one's which? Well, I'll tell you. These are exactly the same, right? To make one of these a croque madame, we do this. Remember that egg I was telling you about earlier? Well, there. That right there makes it a croque madame. An egg. So let's get into one of these, right? I'll do the croque monsieur. They could be exactly the same except one has an egg. Taste wise though, let's see. These are gonna be hot. Yep. Okay. Oh. All right. Well, you're being hot. You're being difficult. I don't think I got any of the ham and cheese yet. Hold on. Let me enjoy this one, and then I'll get a cut in the middle. That's good. Let me see if I can do a cross section for you guys. That's a better view. All right, let me see if I burn my hands for science. Nope, warm, 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 warm. Still good. All right. You see that? I told you you can put as much ham as you want. You get a little bit of the melted cheese in there, and then you can see some of the bechamel throughout. But look at that, the cheesy goodness on top. This is a good sandwich, y'all. And I told you, it falls apart. It's not really a sandwich you eat, you know, picking up. It's more of a knife and fork job, if you will. But make the sandwich, because it's delicious. It's a kicked up ham and cheese sandwich. So let me have another bite here and burn my mouth. Mmm. Mmm. That's delicious. Oh, that's so good. Anyways, guys, let me clean up my mess here. There. That there. Put these centered. Knife right there. If you like what we're doing, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. All that social media BS, you know, down there somewhere. And remember, eat